Hello, this is Sophomore Astrology. My name is Sarah, and for this video, I want to talk about Mars in Taurus. Now, be sure to like, share, and comment on this video. Subscribe to my channel. You could find me on Instagram at Sophomore Astrology, and then I also have a website, sophomoreastrology.com. There, you could book a natal chart reading by messaging me on there, and then you can also check out my blog. I just talk about spiritual downloads that I have, and you can go ahead and read those if you would like. Now, to get into the video, I like to give an overview of Mars and trying to understand Mars as a planet. Now, Mars is hot and dry. It's also nocturnal, and it is of the fire element. It's also a very masculine planet, and I honestly, in my opinion, it is the most masculine planet in the solar system because it is just so outright and overt about asserting itself. So Mars is your physical energy. It is your sexual drive. What are you motivated by? How are you motivated? What puts the wind beneath your wings to really soar in life? And how is your energy translated physically into this 3D world? Like, what does your energy look like? Just when someone is able to just see how you move and how you complete things in real time and in the real world. Now, Mars rules Aries and Scorpio, so that's good to kind of keep in mind as we go further in the video. Now, Mars in Taurus, someone's natal Mars in Taurus placement. Now, this placement is actually an exile or at a detriment. And that's why I took my time kind of understanding this energy because sometimes placements in astrology could be very discouraging to people, and I just kind of want to bring it more to a positive light. Because, not everyone's chart, some people are gifted with all the most perfect placements, and nothing's at a detriment, nothing is like at a fault or anything like that, but that's not reality, that's not realistic. We're humans, we're meant to be imperfect, so we learn. And that's the purpose, it's the journey, not the destination. So I feel like just as I'm explaining this placement, do not get discouraged. And then I also, at the end, I want to be more specific about what can you learn, what doesn't kill you make you stronger type of thing. And so that's my hope for this video, is to kind of give encouragement to someone who might not have the best placements, because we know not everyone has the best placements and we're just meant to learn from them. So anyways, to get into the video, the reason why Mars in Taurus is an exile or at a detriment is because Scorpio is in opposition to Taurus. Like I said, Mars rules both the signs Aries and Scorpio, but Taurus and Aries are really not beefing at all. Because in the zodiac, they're actually right next to each other. So they don't even really see each other. They don't really have a problem with each other. They're just passerbys in the street, if that makes sense, as signs. But Scorpio is in opposition to Taurus. So that's where this detriment comes from. Scorpio is fixed water and Taurus is fixed earth. So they have like the same modality with them both being fixed. They also have the same gender because both Scorpio and Taurus are feminine, but they're from different elements, and that's where the opposition comes from, is because they have the same nature but in a different element. So they're elementally different, if that makes sense. So it's like, because Taurus is fixed earth, it's also a cold and dry sign. Its only relationship to water to bring balance is with Scorpio, and like I said, it's in opposition. So it kind of makes it difficult for Taurus to have fixed emotion, because the reason why Mars rules Scorpio is because motivation is rooted in fixed emotion. When you talk about people who have a life goal and they're really able to kind of pursue it and make it happen, and they end up at the end of it all and they achieve their goals, they talk about either like a memory that they had with their parents, whether it was good or bad. They talk about their childhood, there was like some way that they felt about that goal, and they just stay fixed in that energy, and they use that energy as a motivation to get the things that they want done. Whether someone said that they couldn't do it when they were younger, so that, that fixed anger and that fixed will to want to kind of complete that goal is what motivates them type of thing, And also too, like, think about Inception as well, where, you know, they were trying to incept an emotion, thinking that, oh, you know, if we tell this guy that his father wants him to be happy no matter what he does, that fixed emotion ends up what ultimately has that guy, you know, break up his father's empire. You know, that fixed emotion. It's very encouraging to have fixed emotions. But the reason why, like I said, like Mars and Taurus is at a detriment, because Taurus is fixed action, and it is very difficult to kind of make things happen and be motivated and do the things you want to do when you want to be very fixed in how you do things and how you move, you know, because Mars energy is very overt, and it's very direct, and it really just wants to get things done. You know, a very Mars energy to explain is like, you know, for good or for bad, it's like, hey, I want this done. This needs to happen. I don't care how you do it, what makes it work, how much it costs. Let's get it done. That is very much of a Mars energy, you know? And with Taurus being a part of this placement, it kind of makes it difficult. You know, I kind of Wikipedia'd what a bull kind of like a bull, because Taurus is represented by the bull, right? And what I found, what was interesting is that, you know, when the matadors put the cape up and down and it angers the bull, instead, the reason why the bull is actually getting mad is not because of the color red, because it was actually interesting to find that bulls have a red-green color blindness. You know, they can't see the difference between red or green. So it's not even the color of the cape that makes them angry. It's the motion of the cape. You know, the fast movement of the cape that angers the bull. And that is very interesting. And it's a good point to make when understanding this energy, because Taurus doesn't want to be, it doesn't like fast energy. It doesn't like agile energy. Even when you just think of like the build of a bull, it's very stocky and it's very muscular. And, you know, even though Mars is a very athletic energy, is a very agile energy. Think about like Mars loves agility exercises. You know, Aries is the god of war. You have to be agile in war. It's not just about strength. You know, just think about like in football, you know, Mars is more of a like quarterback or someone who like moves really quickly versus, you know, like a defender is not exactly, is like a Mars and Taurus placement, because there's a stubbornness in the physicality, and Mars doesn't want to be restricted in any way when it comes to its like motility and its movement. It wants to move quickly to do the things that it wants to do, right? So that's kind of like a reason why it's at a detriment. So like, you know, Taurus just wants to chill and relax and just be at ease, but Mars doesn't want Taurus to be that way. That is not Mars' nature, to relax and chill and to just stabilize. So I honestly feel like the advice that I would give, or the mantra that someone needs to say to themselves if they have this placement, is learn to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Really focus on breaking out of your comfort zone. And my next thing to say is like, you have to give Mars what it wants. You know, they're like, you know, it's kind of like the lesson to be learned with Mars and Taurus is that how do you get along with Mars? You know, if you think about having multiple lifetimes and really diving into astrology and accepting astrology and using it as a tool to understand yourself, there's a part of you that wants, you know, to make things happen, to assert yourself, you know, to break yourself out of a mold, you know. That is a universal feeling. And because we all have a Mars placement, it makes sense that that's a universal feeling that every human feels, right? So I would say that in order to really make this energy work for you and not against you, is that you have to consciously choose to be in uncomfortable situations. You have to choose and build on breaking your comfort zone, you know, because you don't want Mars to take over you. And in doing so, it's better that you choose the situations where you're able to kind of break from that mold. So I would say, like, if there's an opportunity to showcase yourself and put yourself out there, I feel like there needs to be a discussion with yourself like, hey, I'm going to put myself out there, whether I fail in front of people, whether I make myself look like a fool. I know that I need to assert myself. I know that I need to put myself out there. I need to know that I need to put myself out of my comfort zone in order to make things happen. You know, and whether you do it by baby step, as long as you do it, I feel like the Mars energy within you will definitely appreciate it, you know, because if you think about it, discomfort is temporary, you know, and it's just like find situations where you could be assertive, find situations where you could be directive and maybe even bossy, even if you're just the boss of yourself, you know, because if Mars doesn't get its chance to exert itself, it will exert itself over you. And that's where you get that immovable object, you know, stomping the unstoppable force, you know. Both of those energies are like at odds of each other, and they both have the equal strength and the equal direction to really like stop one another. And you don't really want that, because if you create resistance within yourself, the resistance will externalize, and it will seem like the universe and other people around you will be at odds with you as well. So with that, I hope that was helpful and encouraging, because like I said, it's just difficult to have placements that are at a detriment or in exile, or they fall because the planet is in a particular sign. But it's meant to be something to grow from, to learn from, and just take it as an opportunity. And over time, as you get more practice, you'll break out of more of your comfort zones. And with practice, it'll be more comfortable. Like I said, Taurus is fixed earth. So the more you are practical about doing this and you make it a habit, it gets easier and easier and easier. And then in the next lifetime, you don't have to deal with this. That's the goal. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if this resonated with you, if this was encouraging, because that was my hope. And I just hope you enjoy the rest of your day.